guys? So today I'm doing a review of Chucky, season 2, episode 6. So I think there's like 4 more episodes after this one. And man, what a 6th episode. And yeah, so obviously spoilers as usual, so I guess we'll start with the beginning with the reveal of Andy being alive, which I was kind of happy to think, to see Andy actually alive and to think that, I was right about him being alive because I didn't think he died anyway, so yeah. So we both got Kyle and Andy alive, but I think they both. Well, Kyle just knows that Andy's alive because she never found his body, and Andy, he's not sure about Kyle. Like he probably thinks like Kyle's dead, and everyone else does, I guess, when it comes to the kids. Because right now, is it? Wait, which one is it? Is it Glenn who's with Kyle, and Glenda's with Tiffany? Yeah, we don't really see Glenda. I kind of get mixed up between them, but because is Glenda? Oh my god, because Glenda's the one with Kyle, right? And then Glenn's the one with Tiffany. I just get mixed up between the two of them. Yeah, but yeah, because they do focus on the one with who's with Kyle in this episode, and Mika, because Kyle's trying to find the kids, I guess. And I'm not sure if they say that. Well, with the way how that storyline goes, it's just I guess Kyle's just trying to get answers out of Charlie, so Mika has to, you know, let Chucky take her over. Well, Charlie take her over, so Kyle and them can talk to get information out. Basically, Chucky just lies that Andy's dead, and just laughs, and then basically Charlie tries to make Glenda turn against Kyle. But then Glenn doesn't want to kill Kyle, so she makes Kyle knock him out, and then it goes back to Mika, and then we also find out on the news that basically Tiffany, Glenn, and Glenda are wanted now, especially Tiffany because she's kind of framed for all the murders that have happened all these years. But then I don't know if that kind of makes Mika more innocent yet. I mean, unless they reveal unless they somehow find out that a lot of the murders that Mika did actually wasn't true. I mean, to get to that point, I just don't know if that would actually happen. I mean, from everything she's been through, I actually hope it does out of all the characters that are alive at this point, yeah. Because we do lose a character in this episode, but it was more like a newer character though, but still, with what they did with their character, it's probably more than what they've done with like a character from The Walking Dead for like 6 to 7 years. That long, in my opinion, anyway. Because they made me like this character, like in just a few episodes compared to The Walking Dead, where this character's been in the show since like season 4, and up to this point, I just feel him as like a okay character. Even though they've done big things, I still am not really a big fan of them. And obviously, if you're a Walking Dead fan, I'm talking about, and you've watched my reviews, then I'm talking about Eugene. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of his, even though he's done good stuff recently in the last few seasons. I'm just, as an actual character, I'm not a big fan of him. Yeah. But basically, the one who dies in this episode, sadly, is Nadine, by the one who we thought was actually the good Chucky. So basically, I was thinking like, even from the last episode, I was thinking like, what if this good Chucky actually turned bad again? Like, yeah, I could see that happening. It's like if in Terminator 3, which I know a lot of people might not like that movie, but when the good Terminator starts to turn bad again because he's kind of damaged and is actually trying to kill John Connor. So it's kind of like if Terminator actually the bad side of him actually finished his mission and actually killed John Connor. That's basically what happens to Nadine, but then it switches back, but after Nadine's already dead. Because basically, we found out that the doctor, well, the therapist that brought him there, is actually working with the Colonel Chucky, with the one with the bald head. He just seems like he's been through a lot of war or something. that version of Chucky, saying all these war quotes and stuff, and how he's been torturing like Andy for like I guess a whole year. So Andy at this point he just wants to kill them all, man, and he still thinks Kyle's dead. So yeah. Even when he sees the good Chucky, he just wants to kill it. I was thinking that was gonna happen when he sees it. Yeah. And in a way, he was right, man. It just sucks because he was right because Nadine dies trying to help the good Chucky because the therapist tries to make the good Chucky turn bad again. Because basically our kids get like they find Andy and they free him. Then they bring him to like the place that they're staying at. But then the father doesn't really want to take him in because they don't even know him, and then everything that's happening right now, like he's not sure if it's a good idea. But then one of the sisters, probably the nicest one, actually quotes the Bible, and that's what makes him basically like Andy stay. And then that's when you know the sister kind of sees all the damage Andy's been through, like all the torture and stuff, and trying her best to help him. As for the therapist, man, with her power, like she could literally just go into their room and just put Chucky in there. Then they can make it look like they just killed themselves or something. Like, man, like she had that much power, so they had to do something. Like they had to act straight away. Yeah. Otherwise, it wasn't really gonna work out for them. So they get to the point where they're all trying to get to like a fighting stance. I mean, Nadine's basically got weapons so they can defend themselves. Like they've proper prepared, I guess. It's just like Lex is still going through stuff, and it gets to the point where even the good Andy kind of gives her pills. Because the reason she takes pills is because of Chucky, and then when it gets to the point where the good guy Chucky is giving you pills, like, she's just like, okay, I guess you're good. Yeah, but then things kind of, it seems like things are gonna go out of hand because on the other side you've got Andy who's in the hospital bed injured. Then you've got them all together, all the kids together, ready to fight the Colonel. And then when the Colonel comes, you can kind of tell that what he's saying doesn't make sense. But then it's kind of revealed that he's being stabbed in the head, which that's by Andy. Because the Colonel, before he even tries to kill the kids, he actually kills the buff Chucky, which even the good guy Chucky was able to defeat that version of Chucky. So yeah. And I just wonder what's going to happen now since the good guy Chucky actually killed Nadine. Are they going to just want to kill that thing at this point? Or I just can't see any of them, trusting the good guy Chucky after what he just did. No way it'll get to a point where Lexi actually, out of all of them, will give it a chance. I don't even know if they... Because I don't even think like they're going that direction, but after what just happened, they're not going to trust the good guy Chucky now. They're just going to want to kill it. Yeah. I guess Andy is the one who defends the kids while they escape and go after Nadine because basically, I guess the therapist tried to do something to the good guy Chucky. Then that's when one of the sisters and the father comes, and I guess she gets shot. And the buff Chucky was trying to make him look like he was God or something to one of the sisters, and the father doesn't really believe her and stuff. And then when it dies, she's kind of like mourning it. Yeah. But as for the Colonel, he gets killed, and then that's when the therapist, we see that she's actually talking to Charlie. So whatever that means. I mean, that's a bit all over the place. I don't really know what to say that, but we'll probably get answers in the next episode. But yeah. So then the therapist tries to, take out the kids, but then, Andy's there to protect him, which, like I said, they go after Nadine and, Good Chucky, because Good Chucky was kind of scared from what the therapist was trying to do to him. So for whatever she said, I don't know if that maybe awakened something in his mind of the bad Chucky, or he just snapped and went back to the bad Chucky. Guess we'll have to see what happens with the good Chucky at this point, because he kind of went a bit bad and ended up killing like probably my favorite. Can I even say my favorite character this season so far? When it comes to the newer characters, I guess. I mean, I didn't really care much about her at the beginning, but then I just started to really like her as it went on. She helped out Lexi with what she was going through. She tries to help make the good guy doll more good and keep faith in the good guy doll out of anyone else. Yeah, but she hasn't really suffered as much by Chucky than everyone else. So it isn't until her actual death happens when she does suffer, because she's dead. And oh my god, in the arms of the Lord when she falls down. Yeah, what a death, man. Oh, it just sucks that she died. Out of all of them, I wanted her to to survive, but oh well. So I guess it's just left to where will they even you know still have hope in that good guy though, or will they just want it to die at this point, try and kill it? I'm not sure, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. I don't know. After what just happened with Nadine, yeah, it's just sad. I mean, because if I was Lexi in that moment, I probably would have just pushed that Chucky doll down. That's what I would have did. Yeah, because even though he kind of went back to like his good self after what he did, it was already too late. But yeah. And as for Andy, I guess he gets taken down by the therapist, but she decides to not shoot him. And I don't know what she did to the other ones as well, like the father and the sister. Did she kill them too? But I guess we'll see in the next episode. And basically right now, Kaio and the others are trying to get to the place where Jake and everyone's at. So all the characters are coming together now, basically. Yeah. And I don't know if in the next episode we'll see what's happening with Tiffany and Glenn. Yeah. See what's happening with them two after what just happened. Yeah. Because she's the one with the doll, which she shows to her sister, because they have like the same dream all the time. Yeah, because they're connected. But yeah, we'll just see how everything goes in the next episode. It was definitely a really good episode. I enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. Appreciate if you can leave a like. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.